Hello everybody, my name is Joel Lopez and this is a story of my life as a car porter in a dealership at Hyundai Northwest in San Antonio, Texas. So the first thing I did every morning when I went in is I clocked in, of course. Morning, Wednesday, December 16th. It's 7:01 a.m. I just got to work. I'm clocking right now. Right after clocking in, I'd go outside. I'd walk the lot. I'd write down all the stock numbers of all the cars that were out of place. After I wrote down all the numbers, I would go back inside. I would get the keys of all the cars that I needed to move. And I'd go outside and I'd square the lot. And this was the first thing I did every morning. I would also make sure that the lot is always squared away. I would make sure that all the cars are lined up perfectly. That way when you walk to the side of the cars, you will see that they're all perfectly aligned. I can't do that. You'll see it here. Of course, that wasn't all of it. There was more to it than that. We had this huge flag. I forgot what the measurements were, but it was a really big Hyundai flag, a huge blue flag with a huge H and the words Hyundai under it. Sometimes when it'd be windy for a few days or a storm had just rolled through, the flag would get really frayed and the edges would get really torn. Sometimes it would just get completely ripped to shreds during those windy days. And they'd have me go out there, and sometimes I would take it down and get it ready for replacement. It's getting a bit windy now. The flag, when you see it from the ground, it doesn't look that big, but when you lower it down and it just comes straight at you, it's a huge flag. Is it going down? I don't know what I'm doing with it. They just told me to take it down. Don't let the Hyundai flag touch the ground, Zen. That's a big flag. Before I started working as a porter at the car dealership, I didn't know how to drive manual, but I had to learn because a lot of the cars they were manual and I had no other choice but to learn. So one of my coworkers sat in with me one time and one time only, and he taught me how to drive the car. He sat in the driver's seat, he drove, told me what to do, and then we switched, and then he instructed me what to do and how to do it. And that was the only time he sat in with me. After that, I slowly learned on my own, and now I can proudly say that I know how to drive a manual vehicle. We had a 30-foot elevated ramp that we would drive cars up to and raise it so people can see it from far away. It'd be a spinning ramp. So every now and then when we had to replace the vehicle, so we would have to bring it down, and we would either bring the car down so the customer could see it, or we would replace the car. It was always fun doing that because I was always the one doing the driving up the ramp. We would lower the ramp, we would lower the vehicle, I would drive up the new vehicle. And then I'd stay in there with my foot on the brakes and the emergency brakes on as the salesman went around and strapped on the tires of the vehicle. That way it wouldn't move whenever we were raising it. And then I'd get off the vehicle, level it out, and raise it back up. Twice a month I would also do inventory of all the vehicles that were on the lot, which meant going up to and writing down every single stock number of roughly 200 to 300 vehicles. I really enjoyed it because it meant being outdoors for a good part of the day. On a daily basis, I would also jump start cars that had dead batteries. I would also fuel up cars that needed to be fueled up. Now we're gonna put gas real quick. Where I would drive to the bank to drop off paperwork for the dealership, or we would be dropping a car off at Costco for a display there. I honestly really enjoyed this part of the job because it meant I wouldn't have to stay in one place at once. I probably got in and out of cars no less than 50 times in one day. Sometimes when it was summer, it'd be pretty hot in those cars. The least favorite part of my job was probably the pay, but of course, it's to be expected because it's a low level job. Okay, so where I worked at in Texas, I got paid just a little over minimum wage. I got paid $9.50 an hour, which of course wasn't much, but it got me by during the time that I worked there, and I was still grateful for it. But it was barely enough. About twice a week, I would drive down to the business office and take either deals or cash, which sometimes meant carrying over $10,000 with me. I would also drive a lot between dealerships to either drop off cars or pick up cars for dealer trade. Look at these guys.
Just waiting for the up bus, baby.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Waiting for the up bus.
Whoop, whoop.
Bring the ice chairs.
So basically, an up is a person who just drives up to the lot with no appointment set up, and they come and talk to a salesperson just to inquire about a car. The up bus is like the unicorn of the sales world. An up bus would be a bus full of people, full of ups that are ready to come to the lot and purchase a vehicle, which would be a dream come true for a salesman or the car dealership for that matter. These experiences won't be the same for every car porter in other dealerships because the one that I was working in, it was a small dealership, so my experience as a car porter there would be very different from a porter who worked at a much larger car dealership somewhere else. For example, our car dealership had its own detail department and had its own porters in the detail department. I rarely if ever washed cars. I'm getting attacked right now by a car wash machine. I never detailed cars, I never vacuumed or did any of that. But once or twice a week, I would dust down the cars that were inside the showroom. And every now and then I also did a bunch of random jobs around the dealership. Sometimes oh, they're over. All the days are over. See you in about 11 months. Being on the road a lot, sometimes you would see some pretty cool things, and so it kept things really exciting for me. I was just driving along the highway and I saw this big hot air balloon. It's pretty cool. That's cool. This is what I think of you, Brian. Without a doubt, the best part of the job for me was being able to go in early before anybody else and being able to watch the sunrise as I worked. So I have a ton of sunrise videos that I've never really done anything with. So here's a short compilation of some of the sunrises that I've captured as a porter in San Antonio, Texas. I also got a lot of time-lapse videos that I never really used for anything of the clouds because I like getting time-lapse of clouds.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah. I worked at Hyundai Northwest for 1 year and 7 months, from August 2014 up until April 2016. In April 2016, I submitted my 2 weeks notice, and I finally quit my job as a porter. It is officially my last day here at this store working. Oh, it's getting real. I am leaving work at Hyundai Northwest for the last time now. Bye, Hyundai Northwest. You will not be missed. And that was basically my life as a porter in San Antonio, Texas.